Good evening, viewers. Welcome to the Stunt Hangar video hangout. It's Monday, April 2nd. Nope, not April's Fool's Day anymore, thank goodness. This is the place where you can come talk about control line modeling or anything else you want to do that sounds fun to people that like to play with tools and hang out in the workshop. And so got the chat box popped up so you people that are watching on the YouTube page are able to communicate with us, post your comments, questions, answers, whatever you want to. And I've also posted the links on Stunt Hangars. And that, of course, you wouldn't know this if you weren't a member of Stunt Hangar, but that's where you get the link to come in here and play with us on camera. So we'll be here until probably about 12 midnight or so, and we'll talk about whatever you feel like discussing. So welcome and come on in. No viewers yet, so while I'm waiting for somebody to pop in, I'll double check and make sure that I've gotten everything posted in its appropriate place. And let's see, got the YouTube watch pages up and the Stunt Hangar forum. Yep, it's got the video. You can watch it right there in the at the bench forum. And if you go to the watch on YouTube page by clicking YouTube at the bottom of the video window, then you can use the chat box and it should be available. So we'll minimize all that and welcome to the club. Got 0 viewers so far. Slow Monday night. Hope somebody will drop in or it'll be a short show. But I got enough coffee and cigarettes and Mike and Ike's to sit here for a couple of hours. I got my Cardinal with me. I'll show you what I did with that over the weekend. I've actually been able to spend about 5 hours in the shop this weekend between Saturday and Sunday. And now I'm sore as hell, but I knew that was going to happen. But hell, it's a good kind of sore when you did something productive. And I'm
find out real fast.
Hey, Ron. No.
I got no voice from him.
Can we turn the volume on to it again?
No, it should come right on.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can hear you.
All right. Should come right on.
You're on over here.
Well, shucks. Let's do it this way.
Okay. Well, we had him over here and loud and clear and bright and shiny. Everything was working coming this way, but he couldn't hear me again, apparently. Let me type something in the chat box to him.
Don't do that yet. Hey.
Hey, can you hear me?
Can't hear you. Don't do that yet. Hey.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can't hear you.
I think you're listening. I think you're hearing me.
Got a big delay here.
Hey, can you hear me? I got the YouTube reverberating here. I think you're hearing me.
Got a big delay here.
I got YouTube reverberating here. I think you're hearing me.
Got a big delay here.
I got YouTube reverberating here. I think you're hearing me.
Got a big delay here. All right.
God Damn it. Mute your YouTube next time you come on. I got my Sharpie out and I got my paper so I can write you a note. And I'm going to write mute your YouTube in case that happens again. Because the watch page and the Hangouts video page try to talk over each other and you get feedback. There we go. Okay, got one note written. I see we got 2 viewers. So, anyway, you 2 viewers, somebody type on your YouTube chat box if you can see it. Let me know who you are. For those of you who are watching reruns in my future, sometimes this is the way we get started around here. So never fear, we'll get a conversation going in a little while. Just take some time to get people all hooked up correctly and enough people to drop in so we can play show and tell and that sort of thing, which usually turns out to be really fun, especially in the second and third hours when we kind of chill out. And okay, Jamie, I'm free falling. All right, I can't sing either, but that's Jamie typing over there on the YouTube side, as well as T-Bone 1260 Tom Luciano checking in, building a Super Satan for this year's Vintage Combat Festival. Okay, yeah, come on. I hope he says he hopes he'll come on Friday night and show us what he's building, or while he's building. That's cool. Yeah, I wish I could broadcast from my shop, but to host it, I got to have too much computer set up out there to do it. I tried it one time. I've done it as a guest, but I can't do it as the host because I got to have a PC out there in order to do it as the host. And Ron Hass almost had it. Hey, Ron, I don't know what's wrong, but you had your microphone, you had your camera both shooting this way, but as usual, you couldn't hear me, I gather. That looks like Jamie popping in now. What are you free from, Jamie? Well, I can see Jamie's shop, but I don't see Jamie yet, so he's obviously getting ready to sit down and talk to us. Ron Hass had to go to YouTube to hear us. Okay. Well, Ron, some people, and you're not the only one, are cursed with problems getting hooked up, audio and video, all together. So don't feel bad, but watch us whichever way you can, and we'll, communicate anything you type to YouTube. We'll try to incorporate it in conversation. Sometimes I get a little lax and forget to check the YouTube feed, but when I do, I'll usually catch up with it before too long. We got 4 viewers watching me talk to the empty screen right now. We've got Jamie Holford, who has joined the video chat, but does not have a biological presence as of yet. But he pronounces that he is free. So I guess he's got his walking papers. Ron, okay, Ron's going to try the Hangout one more time. Here we go. This time, Ron, be sure and mute your Ron. Okay, Ron's going to try the Hangout one more time.
Can you hear me?
Here we go. I can. Be sure and do that. Can you
I
hear me?
see that.
This time, Ron, be sure and mute your Ron. Okay, Ron's going to try the Hangout one more time.
Can you hear me?
Here we go. I can.
Who would have
Be
believed?
sure and do that.
I see that.
This time, Ron, can you hear me? Ron's going to try the Hangout one more time.
Can you hear me?
Here we go. I can. That went well. Ron's not getting audio from the video chat. He's getting audio from the YouTube page. And that therein lies the problem. Okay, let's try it.
I lost your sound when I muted YouTube.
Yeah, that's not going to work because it's delayed and it feeds back through after I talk. Can you hear me now? Can't
I
hear
have
me?
to go back to YouTube. I have no sound.
Okay. Sorry, Ron. I don't know what the problem is, but
I have to go back to YouTube. I have no sound.
okay. Mute your microphone because sorry, Ron. I don't know what the problem is, but
I have to go back to YouTube. I have no sound.
okay. Mute your microphone because sorry, Ron. I don't know what the problem is, but
I have to go back to YouTube. I have no sound.
okay. Mute your microphone because
yeah.
Jamie, you within earshot? Well, I'm glad we got 5 people watching this. This one ought to go down into the annals of stunt hanger fun. All right. Well, let's do a poll. Who's on YouTube? Type me a message or something. I got nothing here for you. Not yet. I'm sure we'll have a great show when somebody shows up. Jamie posted that he was free. I keep seeing him roaming by once in a while, but he's,
oh yeah,
there you are. It's been a little disjointed here. Ron Hass was trying to get on and still talk to us, and we can see him, but he can't hear us unless he turns on YouTube, which feeds back through like crazy. So we're going to get him stationed on the YouTube side only, and you can watch the picture here. What you up to, Jamie?
not a whole lot at all.
Well, it's Monday, and it's not April Fool's Day anymore, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Did get to fly or do anything fun this weekend?
Oh yeah, went fly Saturday. It was me, my club, Joe Gilbert. He was out there with us.
Good. What'd you fly?
I did one fly to my ringmaster. Did my little pattern and messed around, and then I flew a buddy's twister, which is kind of cool. Because that was the first time I got to fly one.
Yeah, Twister's got a nice little pull to it anyway. Mine does.
Yeah, he has a 40 LA on his.
Yeah, mine's a FP40.
And I mean, I didn't go inverted with it, so I didn't I did part of my pattern, but I didn't go inverted because I mean, no, it's not. It's one thing to fly somebody else's plane. It's another thing, to get crazy a little out the comfort zone with somebody else's plane.
I agree.
He tricked me at it too because he was messing with the engine and whatnot, and he had just finished flying. He was like, "Hey, you mind go straighten out my lines for me? Go and unwrap and whatever." I went. I'm undoing his lines for him. He's like, "All right, hold on to the handle."
No warning, huh?
I mean, I had about 5 minutes after he told me. But I mean, all right. I ain't no wuss. I'll do it.
So how did it feel to have the twister in your hands?
Oh, I liked it. Now, granted, his handle setting, his spacing and whatnot, and his handle, it all felt different.
Yeah, it's not where you would have your own set, no doubt.
Yeah.
Hopefully not too far off.
But I mean, it was a little quirky, but I mean, it's just nothing I couldn't get used to, I don't think, if I'd fly it more. And he told me, "You want to fly it? Go ahead and fly it all day. It's there. Fly it." And he had a Cardinal. He had a profile Cardinal. And he put up a couple of flights with it. Flies nice, real nice. And he had the 46 LA on his.
Yeah.
But I got a few flights on my Mentor, that foam wing cord thingamajiggy that my like little club president guy had made. Had some trouble with it. It has a 40 LA on it. And I did one flight with it, and I put the Thunder Tiger 11.4.5 on it. And it was just too slow. This was not doing. So switched props, and then the engine wouldn't burp at all. Wouldn't start, nothing. Changed out the glow plug. I put a fresh OS number 8 in there. Same thing. Nothing. Then my buddy comes. He starts messing with it. He spins it and wow, it throws the prop right off. Phew. Prop, it came loose. Redid it. Checked the plugs. Plugs good. Realized that there was 2 of the little copper shims, the little glow plug shims on there.
Yeah.
Removed one of them, put the glow plug back. Wow, good to go. So apparently I probably flooded the engine after the first flight. And then when I changed out the plugs, I didn't take out the little...
It stayed in the top of the engine when you put the new one in. Yeah.
I mean, it just mounted sideways, so I thought I had it out, but I didn't, and it was good to go. I put up a couple more flights with it, and the last few times I flew that plane months ago, I had have a Tom Morris handle, and I had it set up, and the plane just felt quirky. I mean, like I'd barely move, and it just I didn't like it. So I matched up that handle with the same handle that I use for my Ringmaster, and just matched up the spacing the exact same. Yeah. And using a fresh, brand new set of Tom Moore's 60-footers. And it's like flying a Ringmaster now. I sat there, and I kid you not, I did over 10 overhead 8s back to back.
Wow. All right, good.
Just sitting there having a ball with it. It was great. I did a clover leaf on a few clover leaves. Ugly. Had one of them I ran out of fuel and the engine cut out. I don't remember if it was in the overhead 8 or the clover leaf. All I remember was like backpedaling real fast, like 20 yards. And then in the back of my mind, I felt like, because like I had so much slack of just reaching out, grabbing the lines and just yanking on it. But I mean, eventually I got back far enough and caught it about 5 foot off the ground, and shoot, and sailed it in.
Well, that's always a good feeling when you do a catch like that.
Oh yeah, you know, and Joe Gilbert's hollering, "God save that plane! God saved it for you!"
I'm glad you got it. Well, good. I'm glad you got some good flying with it.
And the sad thing is, the one time I don't bring my camera, that's when all the excitement happens.
Of course. Yeah, all I get is my shitty flights. I never get a camera on a decent flight. I think I got about 2 or 3 of them, and my whole got 175 videos on YouTube. I think I got 2 or 3 good flights, except for half A's. I got some good half A flying.
Oh yeah, I remember your little Satan videos. But my buddy gave me this. He was gonna give me a Tower 40 for my twister, but he surprised me with a Tom Dixon FP40.
Oh, cool! That's a good engine.
So I'm like, all right. I mean, just totally by surprise, shook me on that one. So that's gonna be on the twister. So now I don't feel so bad about getting about trading off that 35 Max S. And then on top of that, the brand new 46 LA showed up today too.
Man, you're making me jealous.
You suck.
I gave one to my dad this weekend because he's been wanting one for a couple of planes he got. So I'm like, here, you can have this used one. So now I got 3 new ones and one pretty banged up one and another basic used one.
Old beat up ones fly just fine.
Oh yeah, I bolted a prop on that thing and just put a glow plug and just flipped it, blap blap blap. It's good to go.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, Rusty.
Tom's here too. I never even said hey to Tom. He just hollered, "You suck," though. Officially here. What you up to, Jim?
Oh, just hanging out, buddy.
That's what we're doing Monday night. Got the Monday night blues.
Hey Jim, you gonna go to Tulsa this year?
Tulsa?
Yeah, I think it's in September.
Well, that's a possibility. I hadn't thought about it until you mentioned it.
Yeah, I found out from from Joe. Joe Gilbert was with us this past weekend, and I think
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Really?
What a treat to hang out with that guy. He is such a nice guy.
You know, it took me by surprise.
Hey.
I had to work Friday, so they all flew all day Friday. So didn't get enough to where I didn't have to work. So he told me be there for 10 o'clock Saturday. All right. I get there as soon as I get out of my truck. Jamie Hofer, what you doing? Just hollers at me like, man, this dude remembers me. I'll be damned.
He's a good guy.
Oh,
I saw him at the team trials in Dallas. Win a spot on the team with that ringmaster.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I went up to him. I said, "Dude, you just got a spot on the team, and you flew a ringmaster."
That's pretty amazing. I
I
remember talking about that one night here.
Now, which ringmaster did he fly? Did he fly the blue and yellow one or the other one, the red and tan colored one?
He flew the big one, the 576.
Yeah, but he got 2 of them though.
Well, I don't know. I don't remember what color it was, but I think it was the blue one.
Because the blue and yellow one's like the finish on it is like very nice. And the other one is, I think, is like his regular flyer of the same one. I've seen that one. I've just seen the blue one Saturday for the first time. And he had his Blue Max, his take apart Blue Max, which he had some drama with that. And he had his T6, the AT6.
Oh, a Texan, right?
Yep. And man, that thing, when it does a wing over, that's so pretty. It's got this dihedral and all that stuff. I mean, it's just a nice, and dude, a pattern with it like it's nothing.
He's a pretty amazing flyer.
Oh yeah,
He really is. and just a super nice guy to boot. He's never met me, and he was calling me by name.
Yeah, like I said, I met him. First time I met him was in 2010, and I didn't know anybody. I just knew, hey, there's a control line contest an hour away. I'm going to it. And then this past October was the first time I've seen him since then. And we chatted with him. Later that night, we had our little banquet, whatever. We all went to eat out. He sat next to me, him and his wife, Colleen, and my old lady, my dad, some guys from the club, Jim Lynch, Jim Lee. It was quite a few of us. And it just shocked me. Out of all the people, he meets on a regular basis, flying all over there, he remembered my name right off the bat.
And he's got a name a lot of people know, so everybody comes to him and talks and introduces themselves. And, it's hard enough to remember people's names when you're nobody, but when you're somebody that everybody wants to meet, it must make it, you get flooded with so many people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool that he remembers your names.
But I mean, just out the I mean, sure, maybe, if he would have been around like the other club members, where they're all at, and be like, oh, look, Jamie's here, Oh, no, he was at his truck, and I pulled up like a few vehicles around him, and as soon as I get out the truck, he hollers my name. Not like I was starstruck or anything, just like the fact that I'm like, damn, it's pretty cool that he remembers.
Hey, Jamie. Hey, where is this at in Tulsa? Where at?
At their field, at his club field.
Well, the reason being is my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, they live there.
Mm-hmm.
We go there, from time to time. I'm just wondering where that be at.
Oh man, what is the name of their club? These
Blue Daubers.
Blue Daubers.
Blue Daubers, yeah.
Blue Daubers. I'm gonna have to get a hold of them.
Yeah, it's in September.
Huh?
It's in September.
September. Oh boy, a lot of things going on in September.
I seen on RC groups earlier today, they got a guy who's going to the Toledo trade show or whatever. And he's bringing like some built Noblers, Ring Masters with engines in them. What else? 2 Cobras that are built and some other planes, and selling them $50 to $75. Built, ready to go.
Is this at that contest?
That's at Toledo. That's some show this coming weekend in Toledo.
Yeah, I can't make that. I wished I could.
And he will not ship them. Well, I mean, obviously, it's a full plane. I mean, I'll be able to really ship them.
My coach is going to the to that air show, or not air show, but that swap meet up there at Toledo.
Yeah, well, if he gets up to that vendor pretty early. You can make some deals on these planes that are already built. Now, I can't tell you what the quality of the workmanship is, but I can tell you from pictures they look nice.
Jamie, is that the Gable Swines you're taping up?
The what?
The Gable Swines.
What's that?
You talking about Tom?
No, I meant Tom. Yeah, sorry.
What'd you say?
Is that the Gobble Swines you're taping up?
Yeah. I did them decals. Quite an ordeal. What is it? It was actually pretty easy. I mean, once you get the when you get it all sized up right before the easiest part is the printing it.
Yeah. So Microsoft Word is a royal pain in the ass because everything keeps moving around without asking your permission. But I use Microsoft Publisher to arrange everything, and you can size and drag it wherever you want it, and it stays exactly like you put it. But you got to have a high-end business version of Microsoft Word, or not Microsoft Word, of Microsoft Office to get a copy of Publisher. If you want one, I know where you might be able to get it.
Oh man,
This won't take me too long. I'm painting some red stripes, so you'll get to see it here in a little bit.
Yeah, man. As soon as I finish flying that twister, I'm like, "Ooh, I can't wait to get home and finish mine." Yeah, I ain't done nothing to it since.
Yeah, that's a superior flying airplane. It really goes where you point it.
Yeah, if you don't doink it.
If you don't doink it, yeah. That's how control line goes, you know. They fly great if you don't doink them.
It's like, I think I learned something with this mentor.
Don't do this to it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's just a little epoxy and a carbon rod. But I learned something though. From going from the twister to this mentor. It's all in the handle. The spacing. That's what it is. I mean, you got to find your sweet spot.
Yeah.
Once you find the sweet spot, the plane would do what you want it to do. You know, to your ability, you know.
Every plane's a little bit different, but you've got your own personal sweet spot built into your muscle memory, and yeah. So
that's what I'm saying. Once you find it, like with your line spacing, your handle, the line length, the motor run, you know, and then this is all in my, this is just a theory I'm having. You know, once you find that what fits for you with that setup, you're good to go.
Yeah. That's why so many people make it look so easy.
It ain't easy.
Yeah.
No, it's not, but not until you find your sweet spots, it's harder than it should be.
I think it's a big mental head game too.
I don't think I've found a sweet spot yet.
Well, that's why you have to keep trying.
Yep, exactly.
Man, I can fly cloverleaf, but I'd be damned if I try an outside square. That just the thought of it, like, yeah, just that diving down.
Well, the outside lower loop on the cloverleaf is a lot like that.
But you know what I like about it though? It's round, so you know.
Yeah,
it's round. It's not just it's not. There's no corners.
So you don't have to go straight towards the ground for an extended length of time.
No, the only time you have to go straight in a cloverleaf is you have to remember when you fly into it and you come out, you go way over, and then down and around and up, and then over and then over. You got to fly a long way that way before you start making those moves. You can't just pack all of the circles. You don't go right from one loop to the next. You put a long line in between them.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Jamie, you gonna play the guitar for us?
Oh no, I'm done. Like my clovers, I mean, you know, you gotta think for a second. This is a beginner doing a clover leaf, so you can imagine how it looks. You know, it's all over the place. You know, but I'm getting there. My coach says they're looking fine. You know, as I get better, as I fly more and get better, they'll get more uniform.
The clover is not the most difficult one to fly once you get the hang of it.
Yeah, I hear. With everybody is different. Like the triangle, the hourglass, and the outside, the square eights. I can see the square eights being the hardest.
Everybody's got their own nemesis. Yeah. are their own hardest one.
I wished I had a coach here to coach me.
You need one, really, because you don't know when you're practicing mistakes. Like I was saying about the clover, when I first started doing it, you know, I'd just go loop, 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 and then over, and you just got to spread them way, way out, and and flying too small too. That's the hardest thing to get over too.
Yeah, the third loop is where I always do mine tight.
Yeah,
you know, like when I was asking my coach, I'll just do my little laps, just do some sport flying. And you know what? All right, I'm going to take it up, do my lap going up, and then I'll go up right above me, come across, and go down. And then when I come up, for some odd reason, on that outside, that top outside loop, it's like I go too tight and it just whips in. Shoop.
Yeah.
Come in with the other one, and then I do the prettiest wing over you ever see.
Making those top ones too small sometimes is fear of not having enough air to make the bottom ones big enough.
And that's what's crazy. I mean, I've done clovers with my ringmaster, and it's just they ain't pretty, really not. It don't corner, or I say corner.
Ringmasters are famous for flying small loops too, so you got to get past that. I guess probably like your buddy that flies the ringmaster for patterns is probably decelerated his controls by making maybe a longer control horns and maybe even a bigger bell crank and narrow line spacing, because ringmasters had ridiculous radical throws on the elevator.
I can see if I was using like a 35, or if I would lean out my engine, I wouldn't have to worry about losing speed. That's the one thing when doing clovers with my ringmaster and my 25 LA is that I noticed that, like, after doing the second, the first outside, so that's the second loop, going up, it's like it's almost kind of straining for speed to go up to do the next outside.
Yeah,
across.
That's one of those where you need horsepower.
Yeah, and I mean, and it's not like it ain't moving fast enough. I think I'm just heavy handing the control. So.
Yeah. You can bleed enough energy off if you snap it too fast, to climb. And all of a sudden, you just like kicking its guts and letting the air out of its lungs.
Yeah, and I think that's probably what I'm doing more than anything. So I may say, a 35 size engine would be better than that 25 LA, but I think it's more me. It's more operator error making the loop too small, and I mean, it still does it. I mean, everyone I've tried, I've managed to do, but with this plane and a 40 LA, it just goes like the Twister, man. That Twister flying it compared to this plane, it's just so slow, and you swear it's gonna fall out the sky, and it just keeps going. It just don't stop. Do a square and then go up to a wing over, and it's going so slow. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I was just in the zone and it was just going in slow motion for me. I don't know.
You said it had an LA-40 on it? Is that
yeah. And it was a new one too that he had on there. Because before, when he would fly that Twister, he had a Fox 35.
Well, how do you like that LA-40?
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, I'm still learning it. I don't know. Like with my 25, I can go by the sound, when it's good. And I haven't adjusted my needle since November on my 25. I flip it and go. Fly.
Yeah. I've got a new LA-40. I've never flown, so I'm just wondering.
The only thing I would say is get a Super Tiger needle on it.
Well, I got my Venturi and my needle valve assembly from Jim Lee. And
that's probably what it is, because I think that's all he really supplies is the Super Tiger needles.
No, it's an OS needle.
Oh, is it?
I'm a firm fan of OS needles.
I like them.
They're strong. They don't vibrate. they got a spring on them that keeps you from bending them, and your clicks are in repeatable spots. And I don't think there's anywhere where I've ever thought, damn, I wish I could get between clicks on this engine, you know. So I'd prefer an OS needle over a Super Tiger.
I mean, I like the OS, you know, it saves my finger.
I've never run it, so I was just wondering.
It runs good. I think you have to have like the right tank setup, you know, for it to have. Because I hear some people say it's a great running engine. They have great luck with it. And I hear other people say, oh, it ain't worth the shit. I never got on the runway.
That's true with just about everything we do. And
I think pretty much you need to let an engine run where it likes to run. If it's a 4-stroke or if it's a wet 2-stroke, you know, just let it run where it needs to run and then prop it.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Oh, well, propping it can change what makes it run happy.
Sure. And fuel can too.
Change your line length if it's a speed issue.
Yeah. Fuel can certainly make a difference in engine run also. You know, not enough oil, too much oil.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I use the Power Master 1022 in mine, and it likes it. You know, and then I think I just need to find the sweet spot with that engine.
Yeah.
Just like with my 25 LA, it has the OS needle on it. And like I said, the last time I adjusted that needle was whenever I flew in El Dorado in November. And that's just to make my second official flight a little leaner because of that wind was just it was crazy. And other than that, flew it again one time after that and put it back to where it was, and it's been 2 flips, blue, good to go. Sometimes 1 flip.
So Jamie, are you flying intermediate or advanced?
No, I'm still a beginner, but I'm starting to learn all the maneuvers.
Well, I'm in the same spot. I'm a beginner also.
I mean, I could do the vertical 8. I can do the clover leaf, which I thought that was just a milestone. Oh, if I can do that, I can do the rest of them. But I haven't tried a triangle, haven't tried hourglass, haven't tried the outside squares, the outside 8s. You know, 8. Yeah, the square 8s. I'm sorry. Haven't tried those yet.
My outside squares don't even look like outside squares because I'm scared to death.
Hell, my inside squares don't even look like squares.
Well, mine don't either, Jamie. So
my outside, whether it's loops or squares, are always better than my insides.
Really?
Yeah.
The outside squares scare me to death. They just do. I may never get over it either.
I think it comes more from in outsides I use elbow control rather than wrist motion, and for insides I use like this, and one is it provides more input than the other, so it's just more comfortable to me for my mechanical arm motions doing the outsides. Seems like I've got less of a danger area on the outsides than I do the inside. However, coming straight down, you're right, with an outside square, you got a lot of energy coming towards the ground on that first turn.
Oh yeah, it just
and on a windy day,
freaks me out.
It's like it's doing 150 miles an hour, it feels like.
Yeah, absolutely. So I make the square corner and then I round it off. As I'm coming towards the ground, I round it off.
That's okay. Just gradually work it out. Just get confident that when you turn the handle, it's going to turn.
Yeah, that's my thing. I'm thinking
in every other direction, it's going to turn in that direction.
I'm gonna get too low and I'm gonna pancake it.
When you do the down leg on an inside square, it's just the same thing.
Yeah. But it just seems different to me. I don't know why. Inside squares don't scare me as bad as outside squares for some reason.
Probably the same thing as me. when you do the insides, it's just a matter of your mechanical motion is more comfortable in one direction than the other. Your arm motion or wrist motion.
Yeah.
We got something in front of the camera to look. Click on Tom's frame there. Ooh, nice. You just sprayed that on?
There's the
Decal there, but those red.
decal. And then that's the red. I'm really lucky about how well the reds matched up.
That's nice.
Damn, Tom, that's nice looking.
The Crusader on this side. Now there's one thing I made a mistake on is the color on this black, but it is what it is, and I'm hoping that the see if I can get my camera. I ain't got my camera. I don't think my camera will reach. Hang on a minute. I'm hoping the gloss. Let's see, where am I at here? There it is. See the red?
Yeah.
The background, the black is too dark. You know, I'm hoping the clear coat over that will bring that out. What do you think?
It might.
Okay. Now,
That
on the nose, I made a fork. I don't know if I like it.
Wow. That's cool.
There's the handle.
Is that fork red too?
It's the sky blue. I've got to touch it up with the panel black or the ink pen line.
Yeah, on those edges.
Yeah.
That really looks nice, Tom.
Well, it's I gotta say one thing, it's different. Oh, come on, you stupid thing. Get in there. All right. All right.
Looking at your rafters, have you got a metal roof up there, or have you got a shingle roof?
Right up there is a ductwork.
No, I know, but I was just when I saw your ceiling, I was just wondering if you had a metal roof on the outside or a shingle roof.
Oh, shingle roof. Now there's this would have been okay. But the black background, man, I don't know.
I like the kind of fading in and out two-tone to the black and the red. It actually, I mean, it's intentional.
I don't know. Maybe I should put. I don't know whether to put anything right here. You know, right here in this area, a line of some sort. But I don't know. I think I'm just going to leave it. Put my. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with my numbers.
Why don't you put them on the outside boom? Have you got enough room?
What, my numbers?
Yeah.
Oh, great idea. Hey, thanks, Rusty. Hey, what do you think? What color should I make them?
I like silver. I like silver stick-on numbers. That's what I do.
Well, here's the deal. You got black, you got blood red, or China blue.
Blood red.
Blood red with an outline of the white looking stuff.
That's China blue.
Oh, that's so like on top. That's China blue around the red.
Yep.
Okay, I would do that.
Yeah.
This
good idea.
You're talking about in between the red right here.
Yeah. Whatever
Yeah,
color that is. Like on my end, it looks white to me.
Another thing I thought of was, since this is pavement black, I could use a straight black.
Nah, I'd rather do a prettier color. I think the blue.
Boy, it'll stand out like a sore thumb.
And make sure you do it on the outside boom. That way, you know, when you go in your circle, you can see the number.
Well, the rules say it has to be on the outside outboard fuselage, or the top of the wing, or the rudder.
Right. Well, why can't I just put it on this boom? Why can't I put it on both booms on the outside?
Yeah, yeah, that'll be legal.
Good.
Okay. Well, then maybe what I'll do is just use the same blood red.
Yeah, I think I like that red, but I wonder how you could make it stand out better. I
What, the
didn't
red?
realize black would show through the red so much.
Oh, well, these decals right here,
Yeah.
my numbers, they'll be painted.
Okay, then that settles it in my mind.
Okay, well, all right. I've got the stencil right here. Let's just see what happens.
What's half of inch and 3/8? For some reason, I cannot figure it. Is it 5/8?
Well, let's see. It'd be it'd be 1/4 plus half of 5/8 is 2 1/2/8.
Or
Hang on, I'll help you out.
5/16.
5/16.
Is that right?
No,
Half of 1 3/8.
Yeah.
Well, 1 more eighth would be a
I
half.
thought you said 1 5/8.
3/4 minus a 16th.
I thought you said 1 5/8.
Oh no, 1 3/8.
Oh, okay. Well, that's 5/16. No, it's not.
No, it'd be just a little less than 3/4.
Let's see, 1 3 5 7 9 11/16.
11/16. Yeah.
We got a bunch of math geniuses here.
Yeah, not me. I wish I was.
Yeah, I didn't graduate.
That's why I like metric. What's half of 10 millimeters? 5 millimeters.
1 3 5 7 9.
I keep a little fractional decimal chart taped right next to my computer, so I can come up with answers. Or if I'm trying to think about something, I can at least look at it. It's the first time that tape's been ripped off in about 2 years. Stuck right back. The wonders of Scotch tape. I got the same thing hanging to my boom on my overhead light in the shop, encircled with clothespin clamps. Oh, Steve and Samantha are in Huntersville now.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was over 80 degrees. They're hour and a half north of me, but it was 85 or 87 here in Columbia today, with not much wind blowing.
Really? I'm way south of you, Rusty, and it didn't get out of the 40s until this afternoon.
Shit, not here. It was in the 70s this morning. Then it rained, and then it got humid. And ain't nothing more I can say about that.
No sign of rain here. We're in a high pressure system, which brings wind. But if you get out in the afternoon or in the morning, then the wind's not a problem. I don't think the wind ever got more than 8 miles an hour or so today, though. And that's like, and unless it's blowing through trees or buildings, then that's good enough to be your friend flying control line. Boy, I have done some sanding in the past couple of days. My pants looked like I was a snowman after I got through sanding, especially after I got through tapering the fuselage on the Cardinal and tapering that lead edge. I showed y'all that the other night, not the lead edge, but the nose. But, I got it right here, and I tapered. Let's see, let's start from nose to tail. Here's the inboard. Here's the inboard nose, and then you can see it's still square along right here, but it is a curve all the way around and square on the bottom. But then I tapered from behind the canopy and rounded it all the way back, and you can see the rudder, and it's tapered pretty thin back at the rudder.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
his Cardinal, he
that looks good.
This
he's got a profile, but what he did, he said he builds heavy, so he didn't do it on this one. But he said the next ones he builds, to drill out lightning holes throughout the fuselage and then skin it with 164 light ply.
I don't know if that would lighten it as much as he hopes, but it'll make it stiff. But
well, I mean, just to drop off like some of the weight, you know. But it's mainly just to stiffen up the fuselage.
yeah, this is my stiffening here. This is just a 7/16 wide by 1/16 flat bar, and it sanded well. Of course, I know I wore a mask while I was sanding that carbon fiber, but there's no, I mean, flex even in the thinnest parts. It will not bend at all. Now it might go this way. I can't even really bend it that way much. I'm not going to test it too much, but so all I got to do, this is already built for the landing gear here, and that place where I told Sparky I accidentally put a divot in it with the 60 grit sandpaper. Last time you saw it, these went all the way up to here, and so I cut them back to the end of the doubler and rounded them again, and then patched that with a piece of balsa and just soaked it with super glue, so it's hard as a rock now and just as smooth as it can be. It's a different shape color wise, but you can't feel it at all. So I think that's looking pretty good.
Yep.
Looks good, Rusty.
And like Saturday was the first time I got to see a Cardinal fly in person, a profile one, and man, it's all I need to do is get a tank for mine, and mine's ready to fly.
I won first place in 2016 at Triple Tree with my ARF Cardinal with a LA-46, and it finally fell apart. It was really old. It was one of Watt Moore's old planes, fuel soaked, but it flew great. I just had a 5-ounce clunk tank on it, 6-ounce clunk tank, I guess. You can't buy a 5.
And my buddy, he had a 5-ounce Brodak metal tank run on pressure.
I've usually run mine on pressure, but lately I've tried without pressure on the twister because the tank, well, at the time I learned it here, but the fact that I was having problems might have been because that tank had to be topped off all the way full, and you can't run pressure like that because after some air enters the tank and starts to take up a significant amount of space, it compresses, whereas the fuel prior to that did not compress, so your engine run changes. So if you want to run pressure, you need to have some overhead with air in it in that tank. You can't run it lipping full and expect a clean run from beginning to end with a full tank.
Yeah, his ran pretty good. I mean, it was a long tank. I mean, like imagine like this right here. It was a long, narrow 5-ounce tank he had on his. Brand new 46, first time ever ran. Woo, played with the needle, got it set. Flew great.
Yeah, those long, skinny ones are said to run better, I believe. I wish some of the experts that could possibly be listening to us and shaking their heads when we talk about this stuff would actually come on and help us out with some of our possible misconceptions. I believe most of the stuff I say, but I try to qualify it with in my experience, or I think this or that, rather than just blurt it out as fact.
Yeah. No, they'll just send you a link to look at on Stunthangar. That'd be it.
Well, if they do that, at least I could report back here with what some expert, someone who I hold in high esteem and trust, let's call it that, whatever they said.
Oh man, I love sawing plywood.
What you sawing on?
Huh?
What you sawing on?
Oh, some 3/32 light ply. Light plywood.
I use scissors on, well, not on 3/32.
164. I wish this was 164.
There we go. Hang on. Let me click on. I almost called him Jamie again. I don't know what's wrong with me. What do you think, Tom?
Yeah.
I like it.
Got a reflection off the light where you can't see it.
I figured that's what it was. Yeah. It's real bright light. There. Hold it.
That looks better.
That looks good.
I think it's real good. I like it.
You want to put a N or a AMA or anything like that in front of it?
T. Put a T.
I don't know. I think what I'll do right now is let all the paint dry, let all the decals, set up and all that, and maybe I'll think of something by next Friday or in the next couple days.
Because right now he wants to sit down and think about a cigarette.
Yeah.
So, Tom, what kind of clear are you going to clear that with?
I'm just going to use, right now, I'm going to lock everything in. I'm going to use non-tauntning dope.
Okay.
Let's see here. Okay. Oh, goodness me. Did you guys like my Scooby-Doo pants? I
was trying to see what they were, but they were behind our thumbnail row, and I couldn't tell.
Scooby-Doos.
You ever watch that show Supernatural with Sam and Dean Winchester hunting the monsters? Oh well, they got sucked into an animated episode of Scooby-Doo the other day.
Oh.
Oh man, I'm thirsty, man. I don't even have anything down here to drink.
Ooh, I forgot I had beer.
I'll be back.
I do.
I forgot I had beer.
Who's got a fridge in their shop?
I do. About.
I got my son's old dorm fridge.
Oh shit!
Don't spit on it.
Yeah, that'll make the CA stick. Oh yeah.
Well, Rusty, I'm getting close on my smoothie.
Or is it anywhere nearby where you can show us?
Yeah.
Unless you want to keep it under wraps until you're ready.
Of course, it's an ARF.
Oh, that is cool. Okay. Is that
That's
really?
a black and white one?
I've never seen a black and white one, or if I have, I didn't notice.
Yeah,
Wayne,
I think
Wayne's is blue.
it's black and white, and then with some red trim on the wings. I picked it up at a swap meet, and it was still pristine, new in the box. and I got it for almost nothing. So
Almost nothing's good.
yeah, I mean, I
Nothing.
paid a little bit before, but not nearly what you'd pay for it from Brodak. So
I usually, with the ARFs now, I don't have but a couple under my belt. But last ARF I worked on, I took a little paintbrush and a can of Minwax polyurethane and went around and sealed all the edges of the monocoat just so they wouldn't peel up.
yeah, absolutely. That's
What do you
my
use
next
for
thing to do on this.
Yeah. Now on the lead edge and stuff like that, I use tape, just clear tape.
What'd you use for sealing the edges?
Polyurethane, Minwax.
Oh,
You know how they overlap to the, especially in the hidden areas and like that.
yep.
You know, just paint that down with a little polyurethane.
You have to remember that. I wanted smoothing. My dad got a profile smoothie with Anya 35, and that thing books it. That's what I should have bought with income tax. A freaking smoothie.
I figure about a week, I should be pretty close.
Yeah.
I think Daryl's is the black and white one. You have options on Brodak. You have like the regular one, and then you have the black one. I would go for the black one. It just has a more of a classic look to me.
I like that. Yeah. I think Wayne's is red, white, and blue.
Then I've got a Mike Pratt primary force kit here. I just got to order some wood, and then that'll be next after I finish the smoothie.
That looks like a great sport plane.
Oh yeah,
Hanging around in the air.
they say it corners. The corners are amazing with no flaps.
Yeah. Some versions of it are significantly heavier. I think, I think it was a while. I think he was making plans a while before he actually made a kit for it. Is that true? Does anybody know?
I don't know. I could tell you.
I don't know either. I'd be lying to you if I told you I did. But I got the short kit, and it's got the spars. The ribs are all laser cut. The fuselage, the doublers.
Yeah.
The tail.
Good idea, because you can get your preferred and favorite landing gear, bell cranks, all that junk. Does short kit have a bell crank already in it?
No hardware. Which I already have most of the hardware here, so I'm gonna order a set of aluminum landing gear from Brodak. But
I see Ron Hass just posted bedtime for Bonzo here. So good night, Ron, if you are still listening. That was at 10:46, so he's probably gone now.
Does anybody know how to adjust the brightness of the cameras?
Yeah, it'd be in your, I would say your settings, but that'd be kind of.
Yeah, I'd click on the window icon at the far left and find your camera settings and adjust the brightness.
Hangout toolbox.
Not in. I mean, I'd go to your Windows taskbar down at the bottom, all the way to the left, your window button, like where the start button used to be.
Yeah.
Click on that and scroll through until you see your camera settings or your camera, and then click on that, find settings, or it might be in your system tray on the right of your taskbar, but maybe not. Mine's not. What kind of camera do you have?
I have an LG, excuse me, a Logitech.
Logitech. Yeah, my Logitech camera has got a button in the start menu where that's what I was trying to call it. That's what it's.
Gosh, the only thing I have is software, motion detection, and and remote. That's it.
You don't see something that says advanced? Or
Nope.
all right, well, let me click mine up and see what it says.
Did it just start doing that, Tom? Like when you turned it on?
Well, it's this LED light. I mean, you know. We'll see.
But you used to always have that light on, and it wouldn't affect it none.
That looks a lot better.
The angle of your camera too.
Okay, I'm clicking my button. It says Logitech webcam software.
That looks a lot better, Tom.
Yeah, I turned off my LED, overhead LED.
I think it actually looks pretty good now.
Yeah, it's not so white. Sparky, when he's at home and he's online, he's got them LED. You know, he's got real bright lights too, and it's real white. The video is that comes across. I'll have to get this. I'll have to get this kid over here and show me. That's just like the printer. I tell you what, I probably used $30 worth of ink. I don't know how to use it very well. I mean, to resize, to get the correct size that I wanted, man, I printed I don't know how many takes.
What program are you printing them out of?
Let's see. Let me find it.
Hey, Rusty.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Oh. Yeah, that looks like the little combat, except for the combat doesn't have the vertical fins on it like that.
All right,
pretty little flying wing.
The little combat planks. I bought enough wood today to make 4 more of them.
Is that from Scientific, or are you just building that from scratch?
There was I'm sure. I mean, I've seen something like these before. It was on a World War I replica flying site. They had a little control line combat day, and they made these, and they have a page. In fact, I'm gonna put it up in the chat just so you can see. And it tells you everything you need to make it, the size, and it's only like an 18 and a quarter inch wing. I think this one is.
Yeah.
With a Black Widow, that should scream.
Yeah, that should go pretty good. Mine actually likes to flip inverted when the launcher lets go of it, and I end up flying my first flight backwards around until I can flip it over again.
But
Look at the picture of mine.
I'm sure you know, because you flew little Satans before. The stunt tank, you want the vents up and down. You want them to be vertical with the wing. Am I right? So
yeah.
In other words, you see how my Black Widow is. You see the vents are up and down vertical with the cylinder.
Yep.
You want to keep the vents vertical, but I just turn the cylinder sideways.
You could.
Yeah, you can do that.
Kind of like how I got the Killer Bee on my little Satan right here.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I fly mine.
Yeah. All right.
The problem with those dual vented tanks is when you try to turn it some different ways, it's hard to get your pickup tube in the right place. Those vent tubes inside can hinder your positioning.
Yeah.
I got a coach that flies expert, but he can't fly the big ones anymore because of double vision. So he flies only half A. Let me tell you, man, he is a master when it comes to them 049s, buddy. He's got all kinds of tricks. He can make a stunt motor out of a regular 049 baby B. You know.
Mm-hmm.
that's not made to really go upside down.
But I think if you have a stunt tank, it ain't no problem though. You can fly inverted with a stunt tank.
Yeah.
Well, all I know is you can take one of them 049s and make a stunt tank out of it.
Like I said, I think it has to be these dual vented ones. Aren't the dual vented ones stunt tanks, or is it just the ones with the single port?
The one that's just you know, up at the top, right? You got two nipples and you got the throttle needle valve. Is that what's on that that combat plane that you just set up there?
What on the Black Widow?
It's
That
got
No, it's got a real skinny tank. 049.
Yeah, this one's the 8 ounce, and I think this other one I got is the 5. No, I say 8 ounce CC. This one's the 5 CC. This little one.
Oh, no, it's even smaller than that.
Wait a minute. Jamie, hold that up one more time. Let me see it one more time. That's an 8cc.
That's an 8?
Yeah.
Hold on. You're right, because I know you're right about that. Because I was just looking at all. I got all my dad's 049s in this Fox 35 box.
Okay, open it up and you see if you got the one that's like half that tank size.
Yeah. You see where you got the end right here for the needle valve?
Things. My coach can take one of them and make a stunt tank out of it.
Don't you just use fuel tubing and run it around to the other side?
Like this one right here is drilled out to where you can run tubing directly to it.
I don't know how in the hell he does it. Maybe there's got to be something like that, I guess.
Yeah, Rusty, don't you just take a piece of fuel tubing and run it from vent to vent?
From top to bottom?
Yeah.
Tell me what the reason for that is supposed to be again.
To make a stunt tank out of a baby bee tank.
Oh, baby bee tanks don't have, well, I mean, they got two vents pointing straight up on top. You can just plug one of them and it won't spill as much fuel when it's upside down. There's my little combat plane.
I saw a picture somewhere where a guy ran some
stars
to each vent or something like that.
Yeah, that's, some people can do that. Then they cut a notch out of it that's pointing forward so it gets a little air flowing into it.
Yeah.
Where'd you get the what's that tank?
That's a balloon.
Just a regular balloon, right?
Yeah, and it's got a piece of a plastic silly straw that goes into it with holes drilled all in it, all the way to the back. And so you suck all the air out of it, and then you put however much fuel you want in it, plug it into the engine, and crank her up and go. It works pretty good. But my plane is a lot like Jamie's, only it doesn't have those vertical fins on the wings.
Yeah.
That's a scientific combat, Combat, Lil Combat actually is what it's called.
Yeah,
well,
I'm sure that like the one I got is based off of that.
I bet you that thing's squirrely.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. When the launch man lets go of it, the first thing it likes to do is flip upside down. So rather than try to save it, just let it fly and fly your first lap inverted. And when you come around with the wind at your back again, you can flip it over.
That's what I ought to do. I got this little 1 ounce. I don't even know if this is even an ounce, probably a ½ ounce little tank. I should just mount it. It's a little thing.
My camera's gone dead, hasn't it?
Yeah, it is. You're black, dude.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, hang on. Let me.
My wife says that all the time.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, it came back. Okay, I just opened my camera.
But yeah, so I got one right here, and all this is basically just a 18 inches. So you just take a full sheet, cut it in half. You can get two wings out of one sheet.
Yeah.
And then like the outside edge is just this one is 1/8 hobby ply or light ply, whatever, you know, for strength along the edge.
That's a good idea. I was about to say, but this took care of that. Is if you were to slice up two different sheets of balsa with different grain and glue them together, you know, a long ways, then that would help prevent warping. But
what about basswood?
That's and that's what I was about to get to.
Yeah.
When I was at the hobby shop today, they didn't have 1/8 ply, but they had basswood, and I bought 10.
Yeah,
10
that's the stuff, or carbon fiber even.
Yeah, carbon fiber probably the best route to go, honestly.
Yeah,
I just can't see myself spending the money on carbon and then putting it on these little things. I just can't see myself doing
it. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, mine ain't warped, and if they were, it wouldn't matter. It's just a little sling around plane.
Yeah. I mean,
but
what I want to do is challenge myself to see how many I could build and complete in a day, you know, minus paint, you know.
Black Widow's a great choice for it. That one you just saw of mine was a medallion, but it had started life out with a Black Widow.
The only thing, like I said, I just put the motor block on there, the firewall, whatever. So it's just balsa, I think it's 1/2 inch balsa stock, triangle stock, and then with 3/32 ply in the front.
Yeah, turn it sideways so we can see what's bracing it from behind. So, okay, yeah, so you got gussets behind it.
Yeah, it's triangle stock.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, which I like to say, I got posted the link right there, so it'll take you and show you, you know, how they do it. And I mean, it's so simple. The only thing I didn't do, I didn't offset the firewall like I probably should have, but that's nothing to do with a washer.
Yeah.
2 tiny little fender washers and make the elevator.
Yeah, I see what you posted.
More 1/2 bell cranks. I had a bunch of them and I gave them away like a dummy, and I got like 1 left. So I need to get some more.
We can make those. Make them out of sheet metal or something.
That's actually not a bad idea because I got a ton of that at work.
You know, roofing metal or thin.
Galvanized tin. I can make them out of stainless.
What?
Yeah.
Make
bell
what?
crank.
Getting
Little bell cranks.
Mm-hmm. And a bell crank.
You know what else works really well? Do you got any old aluminum frying pans?
No, that I don't.
The aluminum's thick enough. It's great. I cut me a strip out of an old frying pan, and it's aluminum. I got 1/8 inch, and I needed 532, and I actually found a frying pan that's 532 aluminum thick. That's what I'm going to make my engine plates for my Crusader. In fact, here they are.
Oh hell! I just seen what I didn't add on here.
So I'm going to use them for engine plates.
What didn't you add, Jamie?
Okay, you know how on yours, right underneath the motor mount, you have like, I guess like balsa or plywood running up the middle of it from front to back?
Yeah.
I'm just now looking. I was going off of memory whenever I was gluing it on there, and it shows it on here. It's not really needed. I could always add it, you know, in the back of it.
You can just put a couple of gussets behind it, top and bottom.
Yeah.
Even box it in if you want to. You know, put 4 gussets, 2 on each side, and then a sheet over the top, just to help them structurally in every direction.
Yeah, you see like where's it at? You can kind of see it right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right behind. And
I think you're okay with what you got.
yeah, I mean it's just that one. But you can see how simple it is. And the vertical fins, you see this part at the bottom?
Yeah, what is
this? The little blue
number H.
That's it, yeah. When you cut that off, there's your vertical fin right there. So you ain't wasting no wood at all. And I think they have like paper clips or whatever. You run through the balsa and CA it to, as your lead out guides. And I think you mount your bell crank on the top part.
Yeah, I think my bell crank. Yeah, my bell crank was on top. I think on that little combat.
But yeah, super simple to make.
Pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I want to get a bunch of them going, and I just
Bass and Crap. Is that what I saw? Bassandcrap.com.
But I want to scratch builds a couple of say that guy that had Vintage Performance that does Facebook and eBay, where he makes little Satan's voodoos, winders, and even baby voodoos. So basically a voodoo that's this scale pretty much.
Yeah.
I want to scratch build some of them.
Yeah, I dug out my 1978 combat plane with a redhead 35 McCoy on it. I don't know what it is. I can't remember when I built it. I think I just built it out of my head, scratch. I don't even think it's a kit of some sort.
I got a couple of more combat plans I got off of eBay. One, another Doc generics. This other one that's drawn by Barry Baxter called the Woody. Designed by Bill Judge, drawn by Barry Baxter, and it's weird. It looks like a shark.
Oh shit.
There you go.
Yep. I bought this engine brand new in 1978. Or, yeah, 1978, and that's when I built this plane. But
That's cool.
Oh yeah, man, that's exactly what I was saying too. Let's see here. There we go. It's silk. It's made out of. It's real silk.
Is it dry rotted yet?
No, man. I just went through it 3 years ago. I had to cut open the controls right there, and
I had heard silk was bad about getting brittle. That's why I asked.
no, it's pretty strong. The wing's warped. Let's see if you can see it. But dude, I built it in 78. What do you expect?
Yeah.
I think it's time you add a little caster to your fuel it up, and let fly.
Oh yeah, man! I flew it 3 years ago. I took it to the a club with me, but it sure is fun, man. But this McCoy really runs good. It really runs good. I got a master air screw on it. I don't know what it is. 10. I can't.
4, 10, 5, something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is.
That's a McCoy 35, right?
Huh?
McCoy 35. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. It's not a 9.4, 9.5, or yeah, I'd say 10.
No, it's at least a 10.
6.
Yeah.
Man, Rusty, get this. When I was at the hobby shop earlier, I was looking for some 11.5 APC for my 40 LA, because that plane I got was flying good with. They had none. When I was looking, I found an 11.12 pitch.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Wow.
11.12. When the guy, because it was up on high on the wall, he's like, "I got 11.12." I'm like, "Huh?" And sure enough, 11.12.
Man, that's a mean prop.
I should buy one just to see what it would do.
I don't think your stunt engine would like that too much,
No.
but
It'd be like a shaft run.
Need to run that on a 60 or 65.
Watch the cylinder change colors.
Actually, it would run slower than a lower pitch prop.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 4-pitch will spin a lot faster. It's like trying to paddle a boat with a 4-foot wide paddle.
Wow,
Lots of pitch.
that's pretty hard to do. That's pushing a lot of water, buddy.
Yeah, that's chopping a lot of air with a 12-pitch.
Yeah, it is. Well, I wonder how the paint's doing here.
All right, fellas. I really hate to do this because this is actually quite enjoyable tonight, but I gotta go. Getting late.
Oh, well, I'm glad you could be here while you could.
Oh, if y'all want to do another hangout during the week, just holler.
Okay. I've thought about it a couple of times, never actually followed through with it.
Hell, man,
Well,
just
I
send
tell
me
you
the
what,
text.
in my neck of the woods, all this week is snow.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna. I've told everybody you can kiss my ass. I ain't working outside. So, I ain't working outside. No way.
Boy, I sure don't envy you guys in the places that have such a long winter.
Yeah. Well,
I feel so much better now that the weather's nice and I can go outside and leave the doors open and walk in and out, and it's just a lot of, it's like a load off of my mind. I get cabin fever being cooped up here in the house. Of course, I was forced to be cooped up all winter, and so I was going a little crazy. I'm much better now that I can get out and fool around, walk around, get some fresh air, get out to the shop.
yeah, I worked outside last week, but yesterday we got dumped on. We got about 8 inches of snow dumped on us yesterday.
Wow, man, that's incredible.
Where are you in, Tom?
Illinois.
Illinois. Okay.
Yep. A midway, almost, of Illinois, but I'm towards the west of Illinois line.
Okay.
40 miles straight east of the Mississippi, where I'm at. But yeah, well, it's kind of good because I'm going to get caught up on my planes. I haven't been able to work on my any work down here in the shop lately, so I should be able to get that done. Hopefully, I get that thing clear coated and get it put together, and it'll be ready for maiden flight. I got a lot of new
What are you going to
planes.
run on that, Tom?
Huh?
What engine are you going to run on that?
A OS 46.
Okay.
Let's see. I got a weight on it. I can't remember how much it weighs. Let's see here.
That's exactly what I was doing. I'm about to weigh my Cardinal.
Okay, it's let's see. I weighed the engine, the tank, everything. It has everything on it except for the wheels, and I'm setting at 41.9.
That's not bad.
So that's pretty good for 46.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's excellent.
My Stuka, I'm real happy with it. It come out at 32.8.
32.
That's got an OS 25 on it. So I kind of wanted it to keep it down. I was trying to shoot for 28, 29, but it's light. I think it'll be okay. What do you think? You think that LA 25 ought to carry that 32 ounce?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I think so.
The wingspan's not that big. Ain't the wingspan like 40 inches or something?
Wingspan is 48.
48. Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the smaller Stuka.
Let me go measure. I think it is.
You sure it's not your RSM Stuka you thinking of? All right, y'all. I need y'all brains on this. So hard to get this plane to balance to get a good, accurate weight.
It's 47.
47-inch wingspan. I don't know why I thought it was small.
Yep.
47-inch wingspan with a 25. Yeah. Oh yeah. Use a 9.5 or a 10.4.
Yeah, 9.5 or 9.4 sounds good.
Yeah, that's what I would. That's what because I use a 9.5 on my Ringmaster, and it's primo. It's great, and that's only 42-inch wingspan. And my Ringmaster weighs 28 ounces. So yeah, I think a 9.5 or a 10.4, dude, you'd be set. You'd be fine.
Really? I think I've got a 10.5 on it right now, and I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna cut it down to 9.5 by 5.
What's the weight, Jamie?
9-inch front is pretty much what everybody uses on 25 engines.
9-inch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta buy me one. Like a dumbass, I had a shoe box, and it was filled with propellers. I mean, all kinds, all the way from 13s down to 6s. All kinds of oddball sizes and stuff, and I pretty well got my own thing, and so I never even thought about the LA-25. Anyway, I donated all the propellers to the kids' cancer raffle last year. You know,
That's okay. Those APCs just cost a couple of bucks.
Yeah, oh, yeah, real cheap. I think it's like $12 for 6 or something like that. It ain't much.
What's your weight on the Cardinal, Jamie?
Well, I'm weighing it with the 46 right now. It's to get this thing to balance because the weights keep shifting.
Yeah.
So averaging right now 2 pounds. Let's say 2 pounds 9 ounces.
41 ounces.
So we're talking 41.
41 ounces.
41 ounces.
41.
With the 8 pound, say 8.5 ounce 46 LA. So
what, on top of the 41, so add what, 8 ounces to it?
Yes, that's 49 ounces.
Yeah.
Plus a 5-ounce tank full would be.
I don't think you considered the tank full. Thank you.
Well, I mean, like I got this tank right here. This is probably about a 3-ounce tank, and that is 1.5 ounces. So you figure a 5-ounce tank would probably be about 2 ounces empty, give or take.
Yeah. Well,
my buddy told me that builds these things or used to build them all the time. If you can keep a Cardinal under 56 ounces, you're gonna have a damn good plane.
Yeah, that sounds like a reasonable statement. But I never quote the weight of my plane, including the fuel. I always quote the weight of my plane with an empty tank.
Empty fuel tank. Even when you go to the contests at the Nationals, anyway, and the other contests I go to, they weigh them empty tanks.
Yeah, and any consideration you make about trim and all, consider it with an empty tank. I believe is the usual rule of thumb.
Yeah. Yep. My thing of it is, I wouldn't want to have a full tank and then weigh my plane, because hell, man, I mean, I could flood my motor, you know, take a chance and, you know, messing with it like that. So no way.
The 2 contests I flew in, they never weighed nothing. They just pull test.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Nationals you got to weigh, and then when you go to Booter Park at Broken Arrow, boy, they get out the old scale and weigh you.
Oh yeah,
full test you.
They can kiss my ball sack.
Well,
they can have you. Scales.
What is it? What is it? 5 times or 6 times the weight of the plane they pull?
10 times.
Oh, it's 10 times. Okay.
Yeah, because my buddy,
Yeah, you got a 40-ounce airplane, 10 times that. That's
a lot of pull.
a lot of pull, man.
Scary. Yeah, you know how to hold it when you're doing the pull test, right?
Well, me, what I do is I stand off to the trailing edge of the plane and I take my hand and go over the tip.
Yeah, with the
Where
lead
my
out.
lead outs are. My lead outs go like this, and between my come out of my
That's
in
it.
between my fingers.
Let that wingtip bear all of the pull weight.
Right.
I don't want to hold it by the fuselage. That's a bad idea.
No, I just hold it. I hold it by the wingtip edge there, and I let them pull as I hold it steady. But I tell you, as well as you know, when you're building, I'm just 100% confidence that I'll never have a bell crank pull out. Nope.
I've had one pull out of a cafe before, but I reached out to grab the lines when they were slack and yanked the bell crank all the way out to the wingtip. That was a little jumping bean. That's that one I turned into the refried bean.
Well, pulling that means the push rod come with it to the elevator, so the elevator had to go what, down or up or?
I don't know. It probably, I think it came loose. I don't know. It was in more than one piece when it hit the ground.
yeah. My buddy's car note that he flew Saturday. I think he said it weighs 56 or 58 ounces, and he flies it with a 46 LA. And even Steve flew it.
Wow, that's a heavy one.
My Cardinal weighed 54 ounces with an LA 46.
Really?
Yeah.
I won a contest with it that way too.
But
Mine weighs,
my buddy admits
mine weighs 49 with an LA 46.
My buddy admits right off the bat he builds heavy for strength, for stiffness. You know.
That's a heavy plane will destroy itself worse than a light plane will.
Yeah.
It's got more inert when it hits the ground.
But Steve, he had fluid Saturday, and I mean, just put a beautiful pattern on that thing. That thing was like on rails, and the wind was kicking, and their wings would not shimmer, shake, none. Just tracked around perfect.
Yeah,
just a great plane.
I don't worry too much about weight when I'm building. I mean, I try to be reasonable, and I try not to overdo any weight, but I don't spend a hell of a lot of time worrying, calculating it.
There's sometimes I can make a certain part of the plane lighter, but yet better construction.
Yeah,
stronger construction.
Engineered construction.
All right, I gotta go, y'all. I'll catch y'all later. But if y'all want to do a hangout during the week, Rusty, just send me or Tom or text, and it's guaranteed we'll jump on.
Or if you pop up in the threads on Stunthangar,
that's all I'm gonna be doing this week. Next couple of days is working on my plane. That's it all day.
I think I'll drive up and watch Steve and Samantha in Huntersville. Maybe take a plane with me on Thursday. But other than that, I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow, but no other plans all week. Okay. All right. Okay. Good night.
All right.
Boy, I tell you what, I just watched you light up that cigarette. Boy, I just got all of a sudden, I just got this bad urge of, oh my God, did that look good?
Ah, crap. I'm sorry.
No. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. I'm just saying what just happened to me now. No biggie. I have it all. I go through it all the time.
Yeah, it'll make it. Hopefully, makes you stronger the more you successfully deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, since November 30th. Woo! Still can't believe it.
I quit 30 years ago.
Well, I should have did that 30 years ago too.
Yeah, you know, my bones would probably be in better shape if I didn't smoke, but that's probably a little too late for that now. But that's not to say I'll just keep on doing it in a suicidal manner, but I don't know.
But I haven't given up drinking beer.
Actually did. I didn't do it on a decision. I just wasn't enjoying it as much as I used to, and got tired of the way it made me feel in the next morning, and so I just kind of tapered off without thinking about it, and realized one day, damn, I hadn't had a beer in forever, and so still that way. I hadn't had anything to drink in a long time. But you know, part of the thing is I can't do the things I like to do with a buzz, and I'm a klutz when I got an alcohol buzz going. So that's it. Just kind of tapered off with that. The more I played with airplanes, the less I drank, and until it just kind of disappeared out of my life.
Yeah, mine disappeared out of my life. Well, it's been about 5 years, going on 5 years. Back next month.
Did you just quit up and quit, or did you just taper off out of disinterest like me?
I had I woke up in the intensive care unit, and I guess, yeah, I had blood alcohol of 0.30.
Oh boy, that's a big one.
Yeah, and I had a concussion. I broke my eye socket right here on my face, and had stitches in my lip. I fell straight down flat on concrete.
Oh man, I bet you felt horrible when you woke up.
I woke up at 4:30 the next day in the morning in intensive care, freaking out, going, "Where in the hell am I at?" Yeah, I didn't know what happened to me, and ever since then, I can't even stand the smell of alcohol, dude.
Yeah.
Probably a good thing.
Yeah.
It just knocked it right out of me. So, yeah, that's okay.
I don't drink that much, but I drink a beer or two every day. So,
dude, I started drinking. I couldn't stop. I couldn't just drink one or two. I had to keep going and keep going and keep going, and got to the point where I couldn't remember nothing. Blackout. Yeah, bad deal.
Yeah. Well, it's good.
Like it was time for something to go. So yeah, well, good. I'm glad you managed to get out of that.
You did good, Tom.
Yeah, well, it all the money is went towards airplanes.
Well, you know what? Sometimes I think about that. I think, if I quit buying beer, I could probably have a few more airplanes.
Yep. Yeah, I drank quite a bit for many years too. So I'm glad all that's done.
How old are you, Tom?
53.
Okay.
I just turned 62 this week. Well,
yeah, you did. You did have a birthday.
Sunday. I mean, yeah.
Well, happy birthday, Rusty.
Thank you. I just finished my cake last night. I was the only one that ate any of it. I like triple black, chocolate.
Oh, chocolate is one of my weaknesses.
Devil's food type. I don't like the real sweet chocolate. I like medium chocolate, medium sweetness. I don't know what you would call it. And I'm not a connoisseur, so I don't know one chocolate from another, but I know when it's too damn sweet, and I know when it's just right.
I like dark chocolate. It's got a little bit of a bitter tinge to it.
Yeah.
Hershey's make this double or triple layer cake, triple layer chocolate. Ooh, boy, it's good.
I like the box cakes, whether it's Betty Crocker or Duncan Hines or whatever. Those make good cakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But none of the chocolate icing tastes like it did back in the old days when my mom and my grandma used to make the icing. That's
Oh man.
but I'm acclimated to the canned icing flavor now, so it tastes just fine to me.
Have you ever tried that Hershey chocolate made by Hershey's? Hershey chocolate icing?
Probably, but I don't remember.
You had to try it. It's a different. To me, it doesn't taste as sweet because I don't like sweet tasting chocolate either.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that sounds like I'd like it too. Now, is milk chocolate sweeter than dark chocolate, or is it the other way around?
I think
The other way, around. Dark chocolate to me is not as sweet.
Not as
That's what I think.
Yeah.
It's got a deeper chocolate taste.
yeah.
Yeah. It's almost a bitter, almost right on the edge of a bitter.
Dark chocolate.
I sure like.
Flavor.
Dark chocolate is good
sugar.
for you.
Yeah, I want a chocolate flavor rather than sugar. You know. So, but anyway, yeah, I enjoyed my birthday cake.
Well, I'll be 62 in August.
Ah. All right.
Well, I'll be 54 in October.
I'll start drawing Social Security this year.
Oh.
You guys ready to call it a night?
I know. I think I'm going to call it a night too. I'm just about ready to say that, Rusty.
We're a little earlier, but that's just the two of us. We got 2 YouTube viewers, by the way. Thanks for you guys who are watching. And
Yeah.
so, okay, well, we'll get back together on Friday and hopefully have an inspired discussion. So, in the meantime, everybody, fair winds, tight lines, and we'll see you at the end of the week.
Yeah. See you guys.
All right.
You guys have a good night.
Yeah. Take care, everybody. See ya.
Goodbye.
See ya.